How do you create a rhythm for posting consistently on YouTube without burning out from the rinse and repeat of doing it every single week? Well, that question came from one of my community members, and I couldn't stop thinking about it because I know she's not the only one that's feeling this way. I hear this all the time. You have a full-time job, you have a family, you've got a life, and you're trying to figure out how to fit a YouTube channel into the cracks of all of that, and it feels almost impossible sometimes. But guess what? You really don't have a time problem, you have a perception problem. I'm going to show you exactly how much time YouTube actually takes, where to find that time in your week, and how to protect it so it actually happens without you getting burned out. Hey, I'm Dee Dee, and I help people over 40 create and build a YouTube business that actually makes money without all of the fear, the tech stress, and the overwhelm. And today, we're talking about some of that overwhelm. And what you're going through right now is actually normal, especially if you're past some of that exciting beginner stage and the newness is worn off. It becomes even harder to find the time if you're not seeing a lot of the results yet. So the first thing I need you to do is let go of the idea that you need to post a video every single week. That is a big goal, but it's not really a beginner with a job kind of goal. One video a week is really more for somebody who already has a handle on the mechanics of this thing. This is not where you are right now, and that's completely okay if it's not. I know that I preach a lot about consistency, and consistency is the key, but consistency can simply mean a routine for you. The real goal for somebody with a 9-to-5 is consistency at a pace that you can actually sustain, and that looks different for everybody. Once a week, twice a month, once a month, all of them work. All of them build a channel. Some just do it a little faster than others. The only one that doesn't work is the one you burn out on and quit. Think about it this way. Somebody who posts 2 videos a month for a full year has 24 videos on their channel. But somebody who posts every week for 6 weeks and then disappears, they only have 6, and they have a dead channel that they feel guilty about every time they think about it. Slow and consistent will always beat fast and burn out. Always. So give yourself some grace right now to go at your own pace. You're allowed to build this slowly. The goal is not to sprint. The goal is to still be here a year from now. I hear this a lot. They say this is a marathon, not a sprint. But this week I was having a discussion with my husband about the hurdles we have to overcome in this YouTube world to build a real business. The tech with making resources for our viewers, the camera junk, the time, just the sheer amount of work that it takes. And I told him it's really more like a triathlon than a marathon. There are so many things to learn. 1 minute you're training on the bike and the next you're swimming with the sharks. It takes endurance, and YouTube is the same way. And if you're not already inside my free school community, everything we talk about in this video, the worksheets, the resources, the community support, it all lives in there. So come join us. The link is in the description. Now let me give you the actual numbers of how long it should take, because most people in the beginning, they massively overestimate how long it takes because they're just getting started and it's taken them forever to get it all done because they're still learning. And so they feel like this is not something that they can sustain. But once you get in a rhythm and you start getting better at it, here's roughly how long each piece realistically takes. Depending on how in-depth you are in your videos, this can vary. So scripting or outlining your video should take 45 minutes to an hour. Filming, another 45 minutes to an hour. If you can do 2 takes, then move on. If you have to set up and take down your equipment every time, it's going to definitely take you a little bit longer. This also depends on how long your video is. And then there's the editing. And this is where I want to be really honest with you, because editing is the one that trips most beginners up. For an experienced YouTuber who keeps things simple, and let me say that again, who keeps things simple, editing might take 60 minutes to an hour and a half. But if you're just starting out, editing can take significantly longer because a lot of beginners feel like they need to add B-roll. And B-roll is those cutaway clips where it shows what you're doing instead of showing your face. And B-roll sounds simple until you realize you have to go film it separately. Bring it into your project, find exactly the right moment to cut it in, and make sure it lines up with what you're saying. And that process alone can add hours to your edit. And I know some people, this is their whole video process, so you've got to put that in on top of it. But then on top of all that, you're learning your editing software at the same time. So you're not just editing, you're also figuring out how to edit, because every little thing takes 2 or 3 times as long because you have to stop and figure out how to do it first. And I was there. I didn't know how to edit when I first started, so it took me a while. And here's the other thing that I see happen all the time with beginners. They try to do too much in their editing. They want transitions everywhere, text animations, B-roll every 30 seconds, color grading, all of it. And they spend hours on a 10-minute video trying to make it look like something that was produced in Hollywood. So again, I want to say, keep it simple. For your first videos, cut out the mistakes, trim those long pauses, maybe add a few text overlays and call it done. This is a complete edit. You can add more fancy as your skills grow and the process starts to feel more natural. And I know we want to come out of the gate swinging, but until you can move faster, be done with it. Just call it. Then after editing, there's uploading and optimizing, and that usually takes me about 20 minutes, and thumbnail creation, which usually takes about 30, unless I'm having a mental block and I try to make 13 thumbnails for one video. And yes, it does happen, but I had the time. So when you're planning your time, give yourself more grace in the editing window, especially if you're in the beginning. 2 or 3 hours is not a failure, it's just where you're at right now. So total time for one video realistically should be 4 to 6 hours. 4 to 6 hours, that's one Saturday or maybe a Sunday morning before church, plus a few evenings spread across the week. And I want to let that land for you a second because I think it's a lot less than most people think it is. So how do we find this 6 hours? Or just to be generous, let's call it 8 hours. The single biggest mistake I made in the beginning was trying to do all of this in one sitting. I tried to script, I tried to film and edit and upload all in one go, and it was literally exhausting. My brain was mush when I got done. Filming is like being on stage for an hour. It's tough, and it makes the whole thing feel like a second job, and that's exactly why people quit. But here's what actually works. You separate your task across your week. Each one becomes its own little appointment on your calendar. Not a full-on production day, just focused blocks of time. And it looks a little something like this. Monday morning or evening, you script or outline your video and write the title and have an idea of what your thumbnail should say. That way you can talk about it in the beginning of your video. You sit down, you know what your video is about, and you map it out. That's it. Wednesday or Thursday evening or morning, you do your filming. 1 or 2 takes. Camera on, script nearby, press record, and go. Saturday or Sunday, you edit and export. This is your longer block, especially while you're still learning. Don't try to make it perfect, make it done. Sunday evening, you upload, you add your title, your description, you make your thumbnail, and you schedule it and publish it. None of these blocks should be more than an hour or 2 because most people with a 9 to 5, they can find 4 windows like that in a week if they're intentional about it. But that's the key, be intentional. These go on your calendar, not as suggestions, they go on as appointments. And you wouldn't cancel a meeting with your doctor, so don't cancel a meeting with your future. I've got a set time each week when I do my scripting, my recording, my editing, because these are the biggest time suckers for me. These 3 things. And one more thing I want you to think about. When you're planning out these blocks, it's not just about time. It's also about your energy. A free hour at the end of a draining Wednesday afternoon is not the same as a free hour on a Saturday morning. Tired hours are not creative hours. Schedule your filming and your scripting for when you actually have a lot of energy and you're ready to go, whenever that is. Save editing for those low energy moments because editing is more mechanical. You can do it even when you're a little bit tired. And here's something I want you to try this week. It's called a time audit. For 7 days, write down what you are actually doing in every 30-minute block from when you wake up to when you go to bed. Don't judge yourself. Just get honest data about where your hours are actually going. Because most of us genuinely don't know where our time goes. We feel like we're busy. We feel like every single moment's accounted for. But when you actually write it down, most people find 3 to 5 hours per week they didn't even realize that they had. That evening scroll before you go to bed, the 2 hours on Sunday morning before everybody else wakes up, the commute that really could become your scripting time. And this is when I script. I use voice notes on my cell phone for this since I have a 30-minute commute. And that's hours that are currently going somewhere else that could go towards your channel. And if you want a tool to help, I have put a free interactive time audit worksheet in the description. It walks you through the whole week and it ends with a place to build your 4-hour block content schedule so you can go from audit to action. So I want to talk about something that doesn't get said enough. Sometimes the reason you can't find the time isn't actually about the time. Sometimes it's because that initial excitement's gone. When you first had your idea to start your YouTube channel, you were very, very energized. You were thinking about it constantly. You were making big plans, coming up with all these awesome ideas, maybe even telling people about it. In that state, time always appears. You make time because you're excited about what you're making. But somewhere along the way, the excitement fades. Maybe you've posted a few videos and they didn't get the views you'd hoped for. Maybe you watched it back and you really didn't like the way you looked or the way you sounded, or maybe you just got tired. And when that excitement is gone, suddenly you can't find the time anymore. The exact same schedule that felt doable then now feels impossible. So if that's where you're at right now, if you're saying you don't have time, but you're really honest, you're also not that excited about making videos right now, that is a real thing to address. So you need to ask yourself, why did you want to start this in the first place? Go back to that. Go back to your why you wanted to do all this. Reconnect with that person that you wanted to help and that you wanted to impact and that impact that you wanted to make. Watch a video from a creator you love and remember why this matters to you. Who inspired you to begin with? Watch them, because you'll always find time for the things you're genuinely excited about. And if time keeps disappearing, it might be worth asking whether the excitement needs to come back first. But really, you don't have a time problem. You have a planning problem, and now you have a plan. So this week I want you to do the time audit, just 1 week. Write down what you're actually doing, and I promise you, you'll find some time that you didn't even know you had. And if editing is still causing you a massive headache, I made this video about how to edit faster, and it's right here. You can go watch it next. And I'll see you on the next one. And good luck finding that extra time you need. Have a good one. Bye.